Okay, I get it. You are doing a much better job at creating content. You have some very funny moments or some very informative stuff to share. You're really good at your craft and knowledgeable, but like, why is nobody clicking on your video? You've done a much better job at the quality and production of your content, or you're reviewing a new product that's out there. But again, it's like nobody is actually clicking on your video. It's super easy at this point to blame the YouTube algorithm, and it probably honestly is the YouTube algorithm, but it's you not knowing how to work with the YouTube algorithm that is the problem. Today I want to sit down and explain to you what you're doing wrong and how you can fix it. And all the tools are on YouTube in itself. So today I want you guys and gals to understand that like this is just something as a YouTube creator you got to get past. You got to deal with. Don't try to fight it is what I'm trying to say. Honestly, YouTube is really easy to understand, or at least like the basic fundamental of the platform, what it favors in terms of videos that can grow. This isn't like a hack. This isn't like a get big quick thing, but it is something that you should know, especially with our whole talk lately of moving to YouTube for streaming, because it all correlates so well. YouTube's basic breakdown is, are you gonna click on the video? And then not only are you gonna click on the video, if you click on the video, are you going to stay and watch it? How long are you gonna stay and watch this video? And then how many videos after your video are you going to watch on YouTube, or is the viewer going to watch on YouTube? YouTube's biggest goal is watch time, click-through rate, and are you going to send people down the YouTube rabbit hole? After my video today on the recommended side, or just like things at the end of the video, are you going to stay on YouTube and watch more here? The better job I do as a creator to keep you entertained and sit here to watch this video and check out other stuff or check out more of my videos to stay on the platform, the higher chances I have as a creator to be pushed out there to get recommended. And the reason why most people don't get pushed out there is because of the thumbnails and titles. Sorry, I know that's the thing that some people don't want to hear. Maybe you're spending a lot of time on your thumbnails or like really trying to get creative with your titles. If you're not getting impressions on your content, if you're not getting click-through rate, the odds are is your titles and thumbnails are trash. I've been doing a better job at watching what I eat lately. So every day I've been having eggs, some control, some oatmeal, and of course, some peanut butter, right? Who doesn't love peanut butter? All right, so YouTube thumbnails, very important. The second thing is analytics are super important too. I don't care who you are, how cool you think your content is, or special you think you are as a creator. Paying attention to analytics is key. It's going to tell you whether or not the things that you're doing is working correctly. Is YouTube sending it to people? Are you titling your stuff correctly? And then are people even staying to watch the stuff? Besides YouTube's basic analytics, you can use things like YouTube Studio and TubeBuddy to get more information as well. Your key analytics though, however, are impressions, click-through rate, your traffic source, watch time, duration, and when viewers are on your channel. So first and foremost, impressions, how you can see if people are clicking on your videos. This is where I had the hard wake-up call that YouTube is actually pushing my stuff out there. I was just doing a bad job as a creator at titling and putting thumbnails in the position to make people actually want to click on this stuff. I was blaming YouTube algorithm where it was my fault. It's really easy to say that people aren't getting notified, but the reality is YouTube can actually push your stuff in front of people and not click on it. So paying attention to your impressions and actually seeing how many impressions your YouTube videos are getting will tell you if YouTube is pushing it out there. And most of the time, if you're not getting impressions, the odds are is you're not doing your titling correctly. Reason being is because at the end of the day, for YouTube to even want to push something out there, there's got to be a topic to be held in the video in itself. So the title on top of the description is going to be the most important place to where people can find that. You can use keywords to get people to click on that video, thus having YouTube want to actually put it out there. With titling, we often get way too creative because at the end of the day, we are creatives. Titles should be based around searchable results because that's what you're trying to get people to do. You're trying to get people to come across your video in some way. So the mistake we often make is trying to get like what we think is clickbaity by saying things like, "This thing is insane, a must have," in reference to a gaming mouse. But do you think that people are searching "this thing is insane," or do you think people are searching the best gaming mouse to use right now? When it comes to titling, you gotta be pretty accurate and extremely key point to the topic that's being discussed. And this is where some people complain about clickbaiting. For example, yesterday I had a Vlogmas episode, a vlog that was out while we went out and got decorations. But at the start of the video, I talked about what I feel is the best gaming mouse for a Christmas present in 2020. Where some people would call that clickbait, it's not really clickbait because at the end of the day, I still went over that thing. It's just I also shared more information in the video aside from the topic that I was talking about. So spend some time researching things like Google Trends or checking to see what are keywords and keyword searches, because that ultimately is gonna help you figure out what you need to be putting in the title for people to actually find the videos in the first place. Once you start doing that and your impressions start going up, or maybe your impressions have already started going up, that means YouTube is doing their job of putting your video out in front of people. But the next thing to check is click-through rate. If your impressions start going up and your click-through rates start going down, that most likely is gonna tell you that your thumbnail is the issue as to why people are not clicking on the video. Most mistakes people do is under or overdo. So for example, some people will really just do the core basics to doing a YouTube thumbnail. Example, you do a vlog, you just take a random screenshot that you thought looked nice from the vlog and you put that as the thumbnail. Another thing that people do is they overdo their thumbnail. Example, gamers just starting out trying to build an audience and trying to get yourself out there will go over the top with illustrations for their thumbnails with really bad titles on top of it. Believe it or not, more so than often, people are less likely to click on a video if a thumbnail seems way too fake or way overproduced. In most cases, your best option is just getting a good, solid, clear-cut picture or image of the topic that you are talking about. It's been shown that brighter and more colorful thumbnails seem to work more too. And the big thing is, like I said, make it clear cut, to the point. At the end of the day, your title and your thumbnail is the thing that's being presented out there, the sculpture, the art piece in front of people. So it's up to you as the creative to make that as enticing as possible for people to actually want to click on it. When people really made me wake up to this idea, for months now, I've been using a Sony a7R III camera to just do YouTube thumbnails with that in itself. So the thumbnail production has gone up, the quality has gone up, I have more control over it. And some people would actually think, why are you taking time to take a photo every day for your thumbnail? In fact, I actually take a few photos from different angles and maybe different key topics, and I actually create multiple thumbnails for individual uploads in itself. When I started taking titling and thumbnails more serious and started taking about as much time to do thumbnails and titling as I do making the video in itself, my impressions, views, subscribers, click-through rate, everything has gone up. I've been doing everything that I'm talking about today pretty steadily for 8 months, and I've nearly doubled my entire channel growth of 4 years. Now, here's where some of us also go wrong. Maybe we have a video pop off, or we get a little bit of growth from something and we don't capitalize on it. So let's say you do a good thumbnail, you get some good impressions going on a video. The next thing you need to be looking at is your traffic sources. This is a great way to see why people are actually clicking on your videos or channel based on the content that you are producing. Whether it's a video or a certain keyword search term that you can use. For example, this last month, gaming setup was a top search term for my channel. So working with that search term in some way can be very useful over the content that I'm gonna make this next month. Now, in that situation, some people would confine themselves and they would think, well, how am I gonna make weeks worth of content around gaming setups when I have one gaming setup? This is where it's your job as a creator to think outside the box. Just even yesterday's vlog video relates with a gaming setup by me producing a video around a gaming mouse, creating a style of content based around a general general topic that is doing well on my channel, capitalizing on it. And then when you get to that point, that's where you start watching your watch time, your engagement, or your viewer duration, and the time that your viewers are on YouTube. Because once you get the ball rolling, that's where you start checking these stats to see if people are staying to watch your videos, to see how long people are staying to watch your videos. It's gonna be able to tell you more about yourself as a creator. You see, 2 years ago when I was making videos, putting a lot of work into them, I was getting better on the back end with like cameras and stuff, so I thought I was doing an amazing job. When I go back and look at those videos, about 20 minutes of it was just bloat, right? Where like 5 minutes of it was the key point. Now that doesn't mean do shorter videos, because if your point or topic is 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, as long as you're keeping the content flowing, that at the end of the day is what matters. But once I realized I could cut a lot of stuff out and get more to the point, people stayed around longer, people started having more watch time, higher duration on average of how long they would actually stay on the video, and then YouTube started suggesting me more because of that. One way to capitalize on this is to make sure that you are uploading when your YouTube subscribers are getting on. See the peak time of the day in your YouTube analytics, and you see like a time frame from like 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and that's like when most of your YouTube subscribers are on. What I would suggest is to upload when they are starting to get on, because the first few hours of your video being up is very crucial. If you can show to YouTube that your own viewers are interested in the content that you are creating, that is when they are gonna most likely put your stuff out in front of new people. So by you capitalizing on the time of your actual subscribers in the first place, putting the video out when they're gonna start getting on YouTube, so that way it can just start getting the views and getting the engines going at first, you're gonna have a higher chance of YouTube saying, all right, let's throw this out in front of some people and see what happens. Here's the wrap up. Everything that I explained today, it's not rocket science. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys that watch this, you've probably heard this 1,000 times, but the issue most of the time is people don't actually take these tools and utilize and learn with it. And I did it for a long time. I was very stubborn. I had a lot of creators reaching out for years and was like, dude, the quality of work that you produce, like everything that you do is great, but your thumbnails and titles suck. And what time of the day are you uploading? Yesterday I got a notification at 9 in the morning, and tonight I'm getting one at 7 o'clock in the afternoon. Figure out how to tag, title, and get a damn rhythm going is what they told me, and earlier this year I started doing that. And like I said, things finally started paying off, and that's also the point as well. Things will have to pay off for you. The odds of you becoming an overnight success or even an overnight good creator is very slim to none for you. Everything I talked about today is information that you need to start learning yourself and actually doing over a period of time to make yourself a better creator. This is the stuff that you as a creator will have to go through to sharpen your tool to be as effective as possible for you. So pay attention to your damn analytics, take some more time to do better thumbnails and titling and actually learn how to do that kind of process, and get to the point where you have some pride in your work. You know you're actually putting in the valiant effort. So I'm a piece of shit, guys. Yesterday's upload, I completely forgot. It was later in the evening. I didn't do a shout out of the video. I apologize, but here we are now. So basically in every video, if you watch the whole thing through, I ask for a secret word in the comments to know that you actually did, and then I give somebody a shout out at the end of the video. Today's shout out goes to my man, TJ. TJ's been a long-term viewer, subscriber, and supporter of the channel now. I always appreciate you coming by the streams in the YouTube comment section and showing some love, man. Keep up the good work and keep being a good person. If you would like a shout out in the next video, simply include BDE in the comments down below. That's BDE. So whatever comment you want to do, like, hey, Big E, looking good today, ... BDE, and then in the next video I'm gonna pick one of you guys to shout you out. All right, that's all I got for you today. I gotta go search up everything for this video so that way I can get traffic going to it.